That's everybody. How are we all doing? Hope everybody's all good, having a good day so far, whatever you're doing. Not going to stay on too long. Just thought I'd jump on, seeing this Ethan Nwaneri situation, which no matter what anyone says to me, I just think having a breakthrough season and scoring 9 goals in all competitions, and add to that in 3 different competitions, and hardly gets any game time this season. And people keep saying, "Oh, he's all this, he's all that," you know. He's not doing this, he's not doing that. No, this is down to Mikel Arteta because Mikel Arteta, for some reason, he even wants the number 10, the creative players, to be just as defensive as Zubamendi, Declan Rice, Norgard, even though Norgard don't get no minutes. And again, this is why we don't see this Arsenal team destroying teams more often. Keep saying it, it's maybe every 8 games. The last time we've seen 11 out of 10 performance was against Aston Villa, only in the second half. That's the reason why we do not see this team battering teams. Now, I know we're top of the league and we probably will win the league because our defence, like I keep saying, because we've got a world class defence and the best centre back pairing in the world with Gabriel and Saliba. But I know for a fact this team is better and we should be around about 11 points clear at top of the Premier League right now because we should be seeing more games this season with the likes of Aston Villa in the second half, Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid, Tottenham. We should have seen that many, many more times this season, and we haven't. We have seen so many boring games this season, and if it wasn't, like I keep saying, for our world class defence, we probably would have lost, or we would have even drawn even more. Like last season, we drawn 14, and with this Ethan Nwaneri situation, we were told at start of season, apparently, is it a brick wall in his wide development? Well, I think that's bullshit. And to be honest, I think it's just another Emil Smith Rowe scenario where Arteta came out after a game what Emil Smith Rowe had. I can't remember if it was the Aston Villa game where he scored at Emirates, where he ran it and ran it and ran it and just placed it in bottom corner. Um, and they asked him, does Emil Smith Rowe have a part to play? Of course he does. Like he does. Of course he does. Of course he does. Yeah, he's going to be playing. We want Smith Rowe in this team. Next minute dropped again, hardly played. He did the exact same with Ainsley Maitland-Niles, who had a fantastic performance against Watford that time. Got man at match. After that, didn't even see him. I'm going to say this now. I'm no football manager. I don't claim to be a football manager. Everybody knows on my channel I've played football myself at a very high level at a young age, and I have. I didn't make it in end at Charles Norwich City, etc. People know this. But the thing what really bugs me is that if you're a young guy, and Ethan Nwaneri, let me add, will be 19 in March. I think it's March 21st, I think it's back end of March, will be 19. If you come into an Arsenal team, your boyhood club, and you score 9 goals in all competitions, that is more than just an average breakthrough. That to me is a fantastic breakthrough. Like 9 goals in all competitions, and in that total, he scored 9. Obviously, in all, it was in 3 different competitions. He scored in the Champions League. He scored in the Carabao Cup. He scored in the Premier League. I mean, how can someone who does that not even get any minutes this season? He's better than Odegaard. He's better than Martin Odegaard. He is better than Martin. But it just goes back to the same. Well, he don't defend. He don't defend. Well, where I've been watching football over years, a number 10 is not required to put that much defensive, you know, play into his game. And number 10, what I've grown up watching football is the creative spark, the orchestra, the one who gets things ticking, who brings the strikers into play, the wingers into play, what gets the ball, fast passing it into the strikers' feet, feeding the wingers, charging forward, bringing that intensity, bringing that urgency. that forward-thinking attitude. But now, all of a sudden, because Mikel Arteta likes it, he seems to demand that even the creative player slash number 10 has got to put all the defensive side into his game. And it's same with our wingers. He expects the wingers to be more, let's say, 70% defensive. And this is why you won't see Arsenal batter teams with Arteta. Now, if he goes and wins league, and I'll say it for the millionth time, it's only because our defence. Because if anyone's saying that this Arsenal team are flourishing under Arteta, they're purring, they're playing with so much freedom, expressing themselves, they're taking the game to teams more often than not, it's factually incorrect because we're not. We made a Wolverhampton Wanderers side who at that time were bottom of the league, not won a game all season, was on course to break the record for the most least points in the Premier League history. Obviously, that's changed now, and Rob Edwards has picked them up a little bit. But we made Wolves look like a top 10 side, people. We made Wolves look like a top 10 side. We went to Anfield, we didn't lay any glove on them. No difference in any half. Onslaught just soak this up. And next minute, Slobosly scores an absolute incredible free kick. There were no glove laid. We went to Anfield and we didn't look like we wanted that title. We just thought, you're in your own backyard. We'll just play to your tune. We didn't offer any danger or anything. Liverpool come to Emirates. First half, we were boring, not very good. In the second half, it was an embarrassment to watch. It was literally like Liverpool were saying, we're top at league again. We're already champions. We're top at league right now, and you're chasing us again. It literally looked like Liverpool was owning us, passing the ball round as if saying, "Come and get it then, Arsenal." And this is in our own backyard, by the way, at the Emirates. You know, the Everton game, Brentford game, Wolves, like I've just mentioned, Crystal Palace. We've scraped so many games. Now, everybody knows who's watched football and how you win titles. It happens through obviously momentum and building confidence and winning games, consistency. Obviously, this a key thing is consistency and luck. You have to have luck on your side to win a Premier League. But when you're watching this current football team under Arteta, it does not put full confidence into you. If like I've said to people on my channel, if people say to me, "Will Arsenal win league?" I will just say yes because our defence on going forward, how can you put any confidence in this, what we're watching? How can you literally say, obviously the big typical profiles like on Twitter, etc., will just back anything Arteta does, says and wants. That's what they do. A lot of them are on payroll, so they won't say anything. They won't say it how it is. But how can you back this kind of play and be confident? I don't feel confident scoring in any game. That's crazy. So it's a good job. And again, I'm not scared to admit when I'm wrong. Definitely not. And I will admit when I'm wrong. And Arteta will be praised by me when it needs praising and criticised, because that's what you do. You praise and criticise Arteta and Arsenal. Why would you just praise everything when it's factually something's not working? And I'll put my hands up. Arteta's built a great defence. He's built a fantastic defence. And it's good job we have got a good defence, because when it comes to attacking with our wingers and strikers, we've got zero. We've got zero. We've got zero balance. You know, so tonight, moving on to the Inter Milan game, I want to rest players. But again, do we have confidence in Arteta? Absolutely not. I can imagine he's going to play Declan Rice. He's probably going to play Gabriel and Saliba. He's probably going to play Raya in net instead of Kepa. I'm dropping Declan Rice. I'm dropping Kepa. I'm dropping Rice. I'm dropping Raya. I don't know how you're going to work with Gabriel and Saliba. I would probably drop Gabriel and play Saliba, Marley Solomon, or Mosquera. In fact, Mosquera. It would be Saliba and Mosquera. Um, I and I want to see Miles Lewis Skelly in midfield with Declan Rice. Not tonight, but I want to see Miles Lewis Skelly. That's another thing as well. I want to see Miles Lewis Skelly get a chance to play in midfield with Declan Rice because he's proved he can do it. It's his preferred position, where he's good. And it proved against Atletico Madrid when he just ran straight through the middle, that surging charge, the way how he controlled the ball when he was running it, how close the ball was to his feet, the power of his run, the urgency he's shown to set Martinelli up and break through. It shows he could be a good midfielder. So again, I look at Miles Lewis Skelly and I think right now, he's not even getting a kick at left back. He might play tonight, he might not. But if you're not going to play Miles Lewis-Skelly at left back, I'm going to say this now: he ain't sticking around at Arsenal. He's an England international. He's already scored on his debut. It looks like his World Cup place is literally gone at the moment. This is what I keep saying, and you hear it on Twitter. Oh, these players are young. Ethan Wanier is going to be 19 in March, and Miles Lewis-Skelly will be 20 in September. But they're young. They're young. They've got 2 or 3 years. But what part of seeing Lamine Yamal at Barcelona setting the benchmark how young you can be, breaking into the first team and keeping in the first team, do people not understand? It's factually, I've not made it up that Lamine Yamal is in the Barcelona team. It's factually correct. He plays for Barcelona. He's in the first team. So do you seriously think that Miles Lewis-Skelly and Ethan Wanyeri don't know about Lamine Yamal? Is one of the most popular footballers in the world, and especially for a young age, he is the most popular. So do you think Wanyeri and Miles Lewis-Skelly are not going to look and think, yeah, we do deserve to be playing, don't we? Look at Yamal, Lamine Yamal. He's been playing now 2.5 years probably. I remember watching Barcelona and he was breaking into team then. Um, do you honestly think that Wanyeri and Miles Lewis-Skelly are not going to look and think, yeah, we should be playing. We deserve better than this. We deserve better than this. And they do deserve better than this. Miles Lewis-Skelly deserves more minutes than he's getting. And he is a good left back, let me tell you. This season, yeah, he's looked a bit rocky. He has. It's probably confidence. It's probably what Arteta's done. He's absolutely smashed his confidence to pieces. And he really has. So, again, with this Ethan Wanyeri, good on him going to Marseille with De Zerbi. He was to manage Brighton. But when I hear this about, well, Arteta's saying, yeah, he's a huge talent. It's just like what he did with Smith Rowe, I think. That's all it is, I believe. Even when he's getting the Smith Rowe treatment and Miles Lewis-Skelly is getting the Kieran Tierney treatment. Just bear with me a second, people. Sorry. I don't know what. Um, yeah, so tonight I'm resting loads of players. I don't know what people think. Like I said, I'm not gonna be on for too long. Just bear with me a second. Just 1 second, people. Just 1 second, people. Sorry about that. Yeah. So tonight, I'm thinking more about the United game. I know, Inter Milan, they're currently top of the Serie A, 3 points in front of AC Milan, and I think they're maybe sixth in the Champions League group. So you want to win, to build momentum, of course you do. But tonight, I've got one eye on the United game on Sunday. I think that's vital because we know for a fact that when we play Man United, we are only going to be 4 points ahead of City because they are definitely going to beat Wolverhampton Wanderers at home at the Etihad on Saturday afternoon. Right, Ross, big up to you, my guy. Hope you well. Stubborn smoke prick Arteta, absolutely, my guy. Hope you good. Khalid, afternoon, mate. Afternoon, Khalid. Hope you good, Khalid. I'm glad Ethan on loan. At least he gets game time. Best of luck to him. Yeah, that is obviously what we want. We want to see Ethan Wanyeri playing, but I still think he's had the piss taken out of him, and it started back end of last season from Arteta. You know, PSG second leg playing away, we're desperate for a goal, desperate for goal, desperate for that creativity, just injected into the team, that spark, that energy, that urgency. Didn't even play him, didn't even bring him on. That's when I thought, what a wanker this manager is. What a talent killer. tonight, Khalid tonight. He has to rotate big one on Sunday. Yeah, he does. He does, Khalid. But I'm not. Again, I'm just not confident, mate. I imagine he's going to play Rice. He'll probably play Gabriel and Saliba. He'll probably play Raya, and there's no need whatsoever. Um, Godfrey, big up Rich. Hope you are good. Big up Godfrey, my guy. Good to see you in the chat. Hope you well. Khaled, young players need minutes or it stunts their growth. Absolutely, you have to play to develop. 100%, Khaled, absolutely. Godfrey and Nwaneri will cook at Marseille. They have a good squad. They do. And Aubameyang is there. You know, another player who Arteta slash a front player, attacking player who Arteta couldn't get a tune out of. Um, Godfrey, it's a shame Arteta never gave him a fair chance. It is. Godfrey, this intergame means nothing. We're already qualified for round of 16. We really need to bounce back with a win vs United on Sunday. Absolutely, absolutely, Godfrey. Tonight means nothing. Yeah, you want to win. You want to keep the momentum going. That's, you do want to build momentum and keep it going as a team. Of course you do. Um, but I don't care about tonight. I am more focused on that Man United game Sunday because if they play like they did against City and they bring that to the Emirates, they are going to cause problems. Now, we have got a world class defence and it's a lot better than Man City's and a lot better than other teams in Premier League. But they will cause problems. The way they attacked with that urgency and intensity, the speed of the passing, how strong they was in the tackles against Man City. If Man United keep going and keep that up, they are going to have a real good go at probably maybe even pushing for third. I'm not saying they will, but it, if they can keep that up, which it can be a new manager bounce. Obviously with Carrick, we know that can happen, but they was absolutely brilliant against Man City. So it's a warning sign. It is, and they've got some speedy players, man. They've got Ahmed, they've got Dorgu, who's fantastic, and obviously if you think of the control, Casemiro when he's on it, you still sometimes see the Casemiro who used to play for Real Madrid. It happens. He does turn up some games. Bruno G, well, he's just 20 times better the player than Martin Odegaard is, and better captain. 20 times better captain, 20 times better player. It's simple as that. Um, Godfrey Arteta is a liar, Rich. He said we're going out all attack in that second leg vs Paris, and Ethan doesn't get minutes. There we go. 100%. Absolutely. Perfect point, Godfrey. He is. He told as well the female reporter, the PSG game in the second leg, that Enrique and the PSG bench said that Arsenal were the better team. Enrique didn't say such thing. The PSG bench didn't even mention it. So why would you want to back someone like that? What lies on TV, making out? How pathetic is that? That making out Enrique said Arsenal were the better team, and the PSG bench said we were the better team. How much? I mean, I can't get. Still go back to that. And the one thing what I loved is that female reporter just went to him. Sorry, who said that? She brought him back straight away. She was not having none of it. He might fall all the English, journos and hello sir, yes Mikel, well Mikel, hello Mikel. She were having none of it. That female reporter, she was on it straight away. Who said that? And he were like, uh, um, his eyes going up, and he couldn't handle it because she pulled him up on it. AJ the Mod, big up to my guy. Hope you well. Good to see you, brother. AJ the Mod, I feel so bad for Ethan and MLS. Absolutely. God for AJ. Salute. AJ Rich, Hughes, congratulations on 643 subs. Thank you very much, AJ. Please do smash the likes and subscribe as well, people, if you're new to the channel. AJ the Mod, Godfrey every time. Ross, big up, Godfrey, AJ, Khaled, all AJ, my guy, AJ. MLS has factually lost his England place to Lewis Orr, and it's done, mate. It's done. And even Tuchel, Thomas Tuchel, literally mentioned it. You're not playing. You're not. That's it. You're not going to be playing for England if you're not playing for your club team. And people, this is what bugs me. They think, oh, he's not bothered. He's young. He's young. He's young. Well, he's 20 in September. So there you go. And even one year is going to be 19 in March. Eros, stop lying, Arteta. Absolutely, Eros. Godfrey, Eros, big up legend, AJ, and my back music, big up Eros every time. Hope everybody's good as well in the chat. Hope everybody's all right. Not going to stop on for too long, guys. Maybe time's it now. Maybe another 15 minutes, I think. AJ big up Khaled every time. Godfrey, yeah, AJ, no way Skelly gets over all, or no way, no chance. Godfrey, Eze also in jeopardy as well for, yes, at this rate, the England players, what are going to go to World Cup, who play for Arsenal, will right now will just be Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka. Um, and I don't know what Ben White's going to do if he's going to have a chance and get a call up or something if he wants to take part because obviously there's what happened with Southgate. Eros Rich, you are the man. This is why I love your channel. You don't put up with shit. Well, it's like I said, Eros, my guy, and thank you very much for that. Everybody knows everybody gets things wrong. I get things wrong. I'll put my hands up and say, I got it wrong. I predicted that wrong. I said that wrong. You know what I mean? I am not scared to admit I get things wrong. Now, you see these big channels like on Twitter and etc. The amount of things they get wrong season after season. One, simple. We're going to win it this season. We're going to win it this. Still waiting. Still waiting. Oh, it's Arsenal's this season. We're going to do quadruple. We're going to do treble. Still waiting. They get many things wrong. Like I've mentioned before, Rory talks bollocks. He literally put a post out on Twitter saying that Arsenal have turned down bids from Real Madrid for Miles Lewis Skelly and William Saliba. Real Madrid have never ever officially even bid for Saliba or Miles Lewis Skelly. So there you go. That's a factual lie. Because why he said that, I don't know. But it's a lie. It's a simple lie. He, they've never officially bid for Arsenal players for William Saliba and Miles Lewis. Real Madrid have never officially put a bid in, but Rory Talks Bollocks has said that. Now, I would never do anything like that. I would never put anything on here or on Twitter anywhere. Would never ever say that because you're literally taking the piss at your followers and your subscribers and lying to them and laughing at them. So it's just not me. Yeah, I might be a bit negative sometimes, but it's because my standards are there, and they will not move. They will not move. If we do not win the Premier League or Champions League this season, there's seriously something wrong with these players' mentality, and it will. The first part will start with Arteta. That oh, looking back, we didn't beat Forest because we didn't change anything in second half. Give a manager slash Sean Dyche who loves defending, who soaks defending up like he did at Burnley. Didn't give him anything different to think of. No headache in second half. We could have won that. A different manager wins us the game against Nottingham Forest because second half he'd have gone right. 20 minute, I'm putting two up front just for 20 minutes. Just for 20 minutes. Give them a different headache, cause them problems, drag them all over, unsettle Milinkovic and Morello. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. All it is, most games with Arteta, is 4-3-3. If it doesn't work, he relies on the defence to either get us a draw or get us that sneaky win from either a set piece, majority of the time, a VAR decision, or a penalty. Another manager beats Forest Saturday because he's gone out in that second half and thought, it's not working. Morello and Milinkovic are soaking everything up. They're fantastic. Oleana's great. Sanguera were controlling in midfield at times. A different manager would have said, right, let's cause a different problem. Let's give Dyche, who, like I keep saying, who loves defending, he was like that at Burnley. Let's give him a different headache. Let's play two up front in that second half. Let's drag Forest all over. Let's make Milinkovic and Morello think, wow, we're getting pressured a little bit too much here now. There's always a man up front. We're dragging them everywhere. We're taking them out of position. It does nothing. All Arteta does is rely on our, I will emphasise the word, world class defence. And I guarantee you now, if we had a different manager, Arsenal would probably be about 11 points clear right now. And people can say, oh, that's bullshit, that's bull. Well, I think it's correct because we would have beat the Forest. We would have beat Liverpool at the Emirates. He does nothing. He does nothing to change. He's that smug and stubborn. He just thinks, well, this defence will carry us. We'll get through it. We don't need to worry about that. We'll be fine. It'll take us through. And another thing tonight, like most people, and well, everybody should be wanting this. Rest these players. If Declan Rice plays tonight, it's just a laughing stock. This is a perfect game to even say, Declan, you don't even need to, don't even turn up. Don't need to be with us. Now I can't remember if I've seen him. I've seen Moreno. I've seen I think Raya, Eze. But you'd be resting so many players tonight. This game is done. We do not need to worry about tonight. We need to focus on Sunday against Manchester United at the Emirates, Sunday afternoon, 4:30, because at the time we play, when that whistle goes, Man City have cut the gap to 4 points behind us because they will factually, 1,000,000,000% make sure they beat Wolverhampton Wanderers Saturday at home, 3 o'clock at the Etihad. So when we play, we're only going to be 4 points behind Man City Sunday afternoon against Man United. We need every single player fit for that game because if Man United take any confidence into what they did against Man City and they play a little bit similar, we're going to have problems. Now, we've got a world class defence, so we will probably be able to deal with what they throw at us, like whereas Man City couldn't, but they will break us down. Because that what they did against City, it was you might have the best defence in the world, but they will end up breaking you down with how they were playing. It was at times it was like watching Man United back in the 90s. They were absolutely incredible at times. They were fantastic. The intensity and urgency was ridiculous at times. The speed, the way they were getting the ball up to top, passing it, and Bemo were controlling it up top. Dorgu were breaking through, making his runs. Ahmed were causing all kind of problems. Casemiro was sitting and staying compact with Kobe Maino, who's now back in the team, and he's going to go nowhere, by the way, especially now Michael Carrick's there. So Man United are going to be absolutely thriving to come to the Emirates. They ain't going to be fearing us whatsoever. And last season, and I don't do this because it's a bit childish, where you get people say, "Oh, well, Man City to drop three, drawn three in a row," or "Oh, well, we didn't do that last season." But I am going to use this at the moment. Man United came to the Emirates and they had 10 men for 57 minutes, and we still didn't beat them. So they're going to look at that and probably think, we can do. Obviously, it's a different Arsenal. There's different players. There is, but they're going to take a lot of confidence from that, where they think, well, Arsenal couldn't beat us with 10 men at home at the Emirates in the Cup. We've just been absolutely fantastic and phenomenal at times against Man City. So they are going to be coming with massive, massive confidence. Now, you know, like I said, our world class defence might end up winning it. We might score one goal and then just keep the shop shut, or winning it by 2-1 or whatever. I don't know. Or we might end up getting a draw. But I know for a fact when that whistle goes, we're only going to be 4 points behind. Sorry, 4 points clear of Man City, and 4 points is nothing. And I still don't think Man City is worried. I really don't. Um, so yeah, I mean, like tonight, it's just another thing where so many fans who are starting to question Arteta. I've never liked Arteta. I'm in that bracket. Never wanted him from first place. Never. I didn't even before Emery came. They were talking Arteta coming. So don't bring him to this club as a manager. He was average as a captain. Um, and I'll just add a little example there, which people know I say this a lot. Emmanuel Petit and Marco Overmars signed for Arsenal in '97. They was there for 3 years. Both left in year 2000 to both go to Barcelona. They are absolutely legends at Arsenal Football Club. 20 times the player Arteta was ever in 5 years. Overmars and Petit are legends as players at Arsenal Football Club. Arteta, 5 years, he's not even a legend. He's not even a legend as a player. Do you know what I mean? Just a perfect example there. It just shows some standards what we've let go over years. Um, so tonight, this will be well done. Like this is me, and people know this on my channel, and I will echo it again. I will say, well done, Arteta. You've rested players, fantastic, brilliant, because that's who I am. I'm not someone who praises everything out of Mikel Arteta's ass. Oh, big up to him. We've got to kiss his ass, got to worship him, bow to him, got to bow to Arsenal. I'm not that person. I will criticise Arsenal Football Club and Arteta if it needs criticising and praise if they need praising. We were told in '06 when we moved to the Emirates, when we played Aston Villa, the first game at the Emirates, when Olaf Molberg scored for Aston Villa and then Gilberto scored and it finished 1-1, and we thought, why have we moved away from Highbury? Then we got told by the big hierarchy, don't worry. Be patient. Be patient. We heard that for year after year after year after year after year. Be patient. Be patient. Be patient. And then it was, we are going to compete with the top elite clubs all over the world on the pitch and off the pitch. Up to yet, we haven't done anything. And we do not even reach Wembley right now at the moment as a football club. We do not reach finals. Now, this season, we could even win a treble, people. We could even win the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, the Premier League, the Champions League. It could happen. And it will be because our fantastic, brilliant defence. And, may I add, the odd 11 out of 10 performance, what we do bring maybe every 8 games, like the Villa, second half, Tottenham, Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid. And if we do win the Champions League, this is again who I am as a person. I will put my hands up and say, Mikel Arteta, rightly so, deserve, who I do not like as a person. He's a liar. He's let us down a lot of times. He's cost us in so many games. But I will say, a statue. Mikel Arteta deserves a statue, sorry, outside the Emirates Stadium. If he goes and wins the Champions League, he deserves a statue. And that's who I am. I'm not someone who will just pretend to kiss his ass and I big up everything he does because I'm on pay. I'm not on no payroll, and even if I were, well, I wouldn't anyway because I couldn't do it. I will criticise and praise, and if he goes and wins the Champions League, he deserves a statue outside the Emirates Stadium. It's as simple as that, and that's where I am. So tonight, hope to God he doesn't do something where you just think, why are you playing these first teamers? Why? Let's hope he doesn't. I don't want to see Declan Rice. I don't want to see Gabriel or Saliba. I know it's going to be one or other because I don't think he's going to go with a Gabriel and Solomon or Saliba and Solomon. It's going to be maybe a Saliba or Mosquera or Gabriel Mosquera, or flip it to the negative, he might go with Gabriel and Saliba, which there's no need for it whatsoever. Why would you risk this? Do not play Gabriel and Saliba. Do not play Raya. Don't need to play. Do not play Raya. Eze must play. Don't play Rice. Don't play. I'm quite happy with Norgard at middle and play Eze and I don't know. I would say for 1 year that's not going to happen. So I'm going to go with Moreno. I would do that, or go with Moreno, Norgard, and Eze in front. Whatever, or Madueke right wing. I would go with. I would go with Kai Havertz up front tonight. I would try it, and I would go with. I would probably go with Trossard on left wing. But I am going to do my team later on. So anyway, I don't want to see no first team players, but I don't trust him. I can imagine Declan Rice playing. I really can. I can imagine Raven in net. I'm going to read everyone's comments out, people, because I'm going to wrap this up in about 5 minutes. AJ the Mod, Godfrey with Morgan Rogers from a definitely no, absolutely AJ, absolutely, mate. He's got no chance right now. Eze's got no chance getting in that England team, no chance. Please do smash up the likes and subscribe as well, people, to the channel if you're new. AJ the Mod, the rumours Marseille want Ethan for the rest of the season. No, thank you. Keep Ethan away from Mason Greenwood. Yeah, I think it's happening, AJ. I think Ethan's is going to Marseille, mate, with De Zerbi. Get it? I think we'll regret not having Ethan. Our attack isn't good enough. We need options off the bench. Absolutely, kid it. Big up to my guy. AJ Mod, if he plays for the draw against Manchester United, I can tell you for free we lose. Yeah, they're on it. Man United are going to love that if we do that. Kid, I fully agree with you. However, Arteta is finished with Ethan and MLS. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're not getting any younger, man. AJ, I will say it again. We are through to the Champions League round of 16. So tonight, full under 23s, please. Yep, absolutely, AJ. Definitely not going to happen though, kid. AJ, I don't understand. He should even be starting Ethan more. We are so stale attacking wise. MLS situation is stunting his growth also. Absolutely, 100%. It is. AJ, get it? Simple question. If Arteta doesn't win anything this season, would you sack him? AJ the Mod. Never forget Arteta wins. Never forget Arteta could win was a Prem where post January first in the back 18 games. He went 16 wins, one draw, one loss, so he won't win it this season. Yep, AJ, I agree, mate. Only reason why I say we will win league is because our defense. That is it. That is all I'm pinning it on. Is it modular MKS, MLS, and Ethan saved him last season? They did. How he done with him, just like how he got saved second eighth season by ESR. Yeah, absolutely. It's I believe even when Yeri is getting the Emil Smith Rowe treatment, and now we are seeing Miles Lewis Skelly getting the same treatment as what Kieran Tierney got, sorry. Like when Tierney was on the bench, he wasn't even getting a game, and they were playing Tommy Asu in his place. You know what I mean? It's like, DJ Miller, how are you? Good to see you in the chat. Ethan is just another ESR. Why are Arsenal fans so obsessed with the academy players? It's just a factory that produces players. Um, Ethan's class. I am stick. 1 year to me is class. If you score 9 goals and score in 3 different competitions in your breakthrough season, that is to me that's quality. That is something that is absolutely fantastic. Is it? Well, I can't lie. Even if he won the Champions League, Berta move on because he's not good enough. Champions League win doesn't change that. Yeah, I would. If he wins Champions League, I'd give him a statue and say, now go, because I want to see some entertaining football. Why shouldn't we be allowed a manager with an entertaining side of it and also win trophies? I know George Graham, was a bit, but we're meant to have moved on by then. You know what I mean? I want to see an entertaining manager. I want to see entertaining football and add trophies as well. That we should be. That's what we should all be asking for as fans. But oh no, you can't have that because the narrative's changed because now it's Arteta. No, he can't do that. He can't bring that. Is it about DJ? I will answer that. Ethan is already better than Noni and Gabriel Martinez, so why can't he get minutes? He is. He is. He's more of a threat on that right wing than Noni Madueke is. 100%. MCFC, MCFC. Papi, the gap will close to 4 after this game week. Absolutely, MCFC. You're going to be 4 points behind Arsenal only when you beat Wolves, and I do think you will beat Wolves by at least 3 goals on Saturday afternoon. I really do. And Marmoush is coming back now to City. Again, you know, people say, oh, Man City do this, Man City spending this, spending that. Yeah, they make a lot of money. They know how to sell players at the right time because Oscar Bobb looks like he's going for about 35 million. Great bit of business, fantastic bit of business. And I remember that goal when it came off the sub bench against Newcastle. I think 2 seasons ago, I think it was, where Kevin De Bruyne just come back from injury that day as well, lifts the ball over the top. Oscar Bob brings it down, quick little take it round, probably Pope that night that day, I think it was. Bang, Man City win 3-2. I remember that fantastic goal, great ball by De Bruyne, ball come over, Oscar Bob controls it, quick little fast feet, takes it round him, and places the ball in net. Man City win 3-2. So he's a good player. But now obviously they've got Savino, got Marmoush, got Doku, got Semenyo, the list Foden, Shirky. It's probably and this is what Man City do. They make sure if they buy players, they will sell players for good. Like if you think about it, so Oscar Bob has never been like a first team regular at City, and they're going to get, let's say, 35 million for him. Arsenal's best sale is Florian Balogun and slash Oxlade Chamberlain. Well, Florian Balogun and Alex Oxlade Chamberlain for, say, 35, 40 million. I mean, and they're getting 35 million for Oscar Bob. Signed Cherky, 34 million. I mean, no one tell me that Man City are all spend, 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 spend because they're very clever and they appoint the right people. Now, obviously, we've got Andrew Berta and Maurizio Michele, which is good. But Man City, they had Tiki, um, so and Khaldun Barrack, the chairman, he is very passionate. He loves that club. I think he's been about 17 years now. I think he absolutely loves Man City, and like he said, we won't make the same mistakes as last season. Now, Man City might not win Premier League, but what if they went and win Carabao Cup and Champions League, and then Arsenal just won Premier League? They've had a better season than us. Simple as that. Um, is it about DJ Ethan and Miles saved him last season and can't kick a football? Please explain that. Absolutely. Is it about DJ? Simple question. If Arteta doesn't win anything this season, would you sack him? Okay, AJ, it would be fair if he was sacked because he's had the tools, absolutely, money, etc. succeed, and another year trophyless would be unacceptable. 100% KK. Absolutely. There's no excuse now. There's nothing. There's nothing, man. There's nothing. KK, I would sack him in the dressing room if Chelsea knock us out of the League Cup at home. Yeah, I think on that one, AJ, which it won't happen, but I think if we draw to Man United and then let City close the gap, and then we go out in the Carabao Cup, I think it won't happen, but that's worth a second. Just for those two things, I really do, because you think, wow, gone out of a cup, Man City in touching distance are catching us in the Premier League. Then we've got to go and win the Champions League and the FA. So you're already thinking there's potential two trophies sliding away from you. Well, one's gone if you go out in Carabao Cup. AJ the Mod Rich, even to Marseille. Here we go. 2 hours ago. Yeah, it's happening. AJ is happening. My guy, he's done, man. That's it. And I said as well, you won't see Ethan Nwaneri playing again this season, I don't think. But I think I got it wrong because he actually obviously played against Portsmouth. Yeah, Mod. So unless he fails his medical, he's gone. Absolutely, AJ. MCFC puppet rivals wish they could be run the way City are. I do. I do. I love it. The way they make money. They get. It's fantastic. KKAJ for Def should get through to the final. Would be unfortunate if we don't from this position. Absolutely, KK. Absolutely, AJ the mod. City overtake us once it's over. Yeah, I agree. If Man City catch us, it's done. That's one thing. If Man City catch you, you don't catch them. Peppermint, how are you, my guy? Good to see you. When Yeri doesn't play for us again, is my prediction. It could happen. It could. He could have a fantastic season at Marseille. They could try and sign him, or a Premier League team could come in for him and pay mega bucks. Now I don't know who that will be. I'm not sure. Who could come in for him in the Premier League, but I've got a feeling maybe even Barcelona or someone like that will be looking at Ethan Nwaneri if he has a great season again, like he did last season, a breakthrough season. Barcelona could look at him. In something like we never know why we don't play Nwaneri or Eze, probably because we don't use a cam. We use a CM slash CDM. Again, it's Arteta. It's all on Arteta. He wants literally our attacking midfielders slash number tens to be just as defensive as our defensive players slash Declan Rice and Martin Zubimendi, and that's what stops us from going to teams or teams coming to us and hammering them because it's there. We've got the players what can do that, but the handbrake is always tight, and it stops us. It stops us from flourishing, playing with freedom, expressing ourselves, and this is why people keep saying Arteta is the problem. We would have beat Forest with a different manager on Saturday. We would have beat Liverpool at the Emirates with a different manager. Because as I keep mentioning him, I'm not a manager, never been a manager. I have played football as a young lad, very high level. If you're playing like against Forest Saturday, you think right, can't get anything. Sean Dyche loves defending. Excuse me, he loved it at Burnley. He loves defending. He loves it. He loved it at Burnley when he was a manager. Go out there in that second half and cause them a problem. They've got two beasts at back, Murillo and Milinkovic, who are very good defenders and was very good as a partnership last season. And if you take in consideration partnerships, Gabriel and Saliba are the best partnership in the world. That's my personal opinion. They are the best partnership centre back in the world, and then Murillo and Milinkovic are up there. Um, So on Saturday, it was just 4-3-3. If people keep saying to me Mikel Arteta is a top elite manager, a top elite manager goes out there in that second half and plays two up front, even for 20 minutes. Even for 20 minutes. Straight away in that second half, yes, he made substitutes, and well done. But why not go that extra mile? Why not flick that top elite manager's switch? What apparently you're supposedly meant to be. Because a top manager would have looked and thought, we're not getting any change. Murillo, Milinkovic, the two beasts at back, they are big lads. Both of them are really big lads. Sean Dyche is soaking this up. He's loving the defending. Let's take the game to them. Let's cause them problems. Let's put an extra man up there. Let's play two up front for 20 minutes, and it would have caused Forest problems, and we probably would have won. But he don't do it. He just thinks, right, I'm going to be a 4-3-3. If it doesn't work, yeah, I might make substitutes a little bit early this time. But if that don't work, he just relies on winning it or drawing it because of our world class defence. And yes, it works sometimes, but sometimes it doesn't. And tonight against Inter, like I said, to me, I'm more focused on Man United. Inter Milan are currently top of league, currently top of the Serie A. They're 3 points in front of AC Milan. Um, what I think they're about fifth or sixth in the Champions League group, so they're going to come at us. They're going to go for us. Um, but then that makes me think, well, Arteta will think, well, I've got to play all my first teamers because they're going to come at us and they might win 2 or 3-0. So then it's a catch 22. So I don't know. But Ethan Nwaneri is now no longer with Arsenal, and we won't see him again playing for Arsenal Football Club this year. He's had the piss taken out of him. He had a breakthrough season last season, scoring 9 goals in all competition. If that's not a great breakthrough, then I don't know if you've ever watched football, because to me that's a fantastic breakthrough as a young lad. He will be 19 in March, and in that time, obviously, in the 9 goals in all competitions, that was in 3 different competitions as well, may I add. He's a fantastic player. He's got loads of creativity. He brings so much energy. He's very, very good with the ball close to his feet. He makes very good runs. He wants to get on end of things. He's always in around the box. He brings a lot of intent, like say, intensity, urgency, and he's got a very good football brain for his age. And starting from back end of last season, Mikel Arteta took the piss out of him. He is a big, big goal threat, and I hope he does fantastic at Marseille. And do not be surprised if he has a fantastic season. He looks at this and thinks, well, I'm not going to get back in that Arsenal team. I'm not. And someone like Barcelona, keep an eye on him, or Real Madrid throughout the rest of this season. Do not be surprised. And then it's up to him. He'll decide if he wants to leave or not. He's a under 21 European Championship winner. So tonight, I hope we rest players. Ethan Nwaneri, I hope he does fantastic for Marseille. I really do. Playing with Aubameyang, I'm sure they're going to have Arsenal conversations. Of course they will. Aubameyang will probably father him, and I bet he does. It'll be great to see. So yeah, everybody, bless up. Um, I'd like to say let's just beat Inter Milan. If we beat them, we beat them. If we don't, I don't want us to get bat. I don't want to see us get battered. Of course, I don't. And I want us to win. Of course, I want us to win. But again, we keep getting told we've got the best squad in the Premier League. So that means you can deal with every single competition. You are equipped for every single competition. So tonight, if we play the likes of Norgard, um, Kepa, Havertz, Madueke, then Moreno, then we should have no problem. So I just want to decent game tonight. I want to rest so many players, focus on that Man United game Sunday, because we know for a fact, come Sunday, 4 o'clock, 4:30, we are going to be only 4 points in front of Man City, because they will definitely beat Wolves Saturday afternoon. Everybody, enjoy the rest of your day. Let's see what team Arteta picks. I have zero. I'll leave it on this. I honestly think he's going to play Rice. He's going to play Ray. He's going to play both Gabriel and Saliba. So, but I am going to make my team now and post it. I'm going to put it out there on a short. So enjoy the rest of your day, evening, or morning, wherever you are. I just want to read these from Peppermint. I do apologise, Peppermint. Where are I? Where are we? Let me just. Right, yeah. Sorry about this, guys. I'm just going to read these. I don't want to miss it. Peppermint Nwaneri would cook under Unai. Absolutely. Peppermint, he would. So, yeah. Make sure in something like, yeah. No wonder the stat and data shows Rice, Superman, and Odegaard have exact same stat and play in the same position. Yeah, it's literally when you think of that, where do you think the creative spark comes from? That Peppermint never gives opposite manager an headache, never does, absolutely, never does Peppermint, no chance. Peppermint people in Forest don't rate Arteta and his tactics, absolutely. Nuno mentioned it last year. He did. He didn't give us a headache. He literally made Martin Keown look an absolute idiot as well when he told him. Peppermint, we heard it from Nuno last year. He did. He literally mentioned it. He absolutely told Martin Keown, and Martin Keown, what? What? Because and he said it. There's no headache. There was nothing different. We knew what Arsenal were going to do. Everybody, bless up. Enjoy the rest of your day and take care.